Right, welcome back. We're in mid-Rand today, and this is the venue for the latest in the series of New Age business briefings brought to you by the SABC, and today sponsored by Transnet, and we're talking science and technology. We're joined by Minister Naledi Pandor, and she's been talking to us about the need to invest in this arena because that really is our future, and we need to make sure and support science and technology as best we can. Government will do its bit, but the private sector certainly needs to come to the party as well. And we've heard also how organizations such as Transnet and other state-owned enterprises are trying to do their bit as well. So let's continue with this conversation. Don't forget, you at home can be part of it as well. Hashtag TNA BizBrief at Morning Live SABC if you have a question for Minister. But we've also got an audience here, mixed people, sort of come from all walks of life around this science and technology arena, and I want to start there actually and get some of their thoughts and some of their questions for Minister as this conversation unfolds. And we start at table number 4, where we find Kenny Fall. Kenny Fall?
Morning, Minister. Thank you for this opportunity. We understand that entrepreneurship has an ability to contribute to economic growth. Do you believe that the department has a role in fostering an entrepreneurship human capital capacity in order to deliver on the science, technology and innovation agenda set out in the NDP?
Minister?
Well, certainly I think we do have a very important role. We have a fund that we've created to support innovation, and particularly to assist small enterprises in order to encourage them to be entrepreneurial. We also work very well with a program called Technology Top 100, where we work with small technology companies that are innovative in a range of domains. And this is all part of our endeavor to encourage and support innovation. And of course, part of the support is to ensure that we assist researchers and innovators to ensure that they patent locally. So we've established technology transfer offices on campuses throughout the country to identify these innovative individuals and ensure that we support them. We also have the Technology Innovation Agency, which is providing the necessary support to those who are keen to have their products in the commercial space in South Africa.
Well, talking about getting people keen, one theme that seems to be coming through quite a bit on Twitter already, Natasha Piri says, Minister, how are you encouraging young people to venture into the field of science? Reho Putle says, can more interest be sparked into youth so that they develop a passion for science and technology? I think you sort of started to answer that, and it does seem to be something that they're quite keen to address. How do we get our young people, youth, excited around science and technology?
Well, there are loads of initiatives. Yeah. Firstly, we have the science centers, and I'd encourage South Africans to visit any of our science centers. I think we must advertise them more, DG, and ensure that everybody is aware of where they're located, that they visit them. We were in a really fantastic one in Observatory in Cape Town last week, and I hope loads of young people visit it. We have one in Mafeking, so they're spread throughout the country. And I would encourage young people to visit the science centers. Secondly, we run summer and winter camps for young people in grades 10, 11, and 12 in science and mathematics. We do this in partnership with Wits University, as well as other stakeholders involved in maths education. So that's another. Third, we have very exciting science Olympiads, and I'm glad that hundreds of young people do enter. And we actually have those who are the winners in the Olympiads going through to the international Olympiads that are held in the US. And in almost every year that we've participated, we've had young people in the top 3 of the inventors in the Science Olympiads.
Right. So education was another hat that you wore at one point, and I'm just wondering, is it that they're intimidated maybe, that it seems beyond them, that it's too big, and that's why they might have the potential but are scared to jump in?
Well, I don't think young people are intimidated by anything, but I think adults are intimidated.
Yeah.
I think a lot of adults put children off and actually say maths is hard, science is difficult, and so they actually don't encourage young people to pursue their curiosity. I've seen with astronomy sciences, young people get so excited about using an optical telescope, about viewing the stars, about thinking about the universe. But adults will say, hey, maths inzima, you know? And you'll find even in school that some teachers discourage young people from taking up these disciplines. So we've got to get over this. It comes out of our history. Of course, the teaching was very poor in the past. Apartheid discouraged black people. We've got to get more young black people doing, succeeding, and interested in these domains.
All right, table number 2, we'll find Lefadi Makibinyane. Table number 2. There we go.
Thank you, Honorable Minister. My name is Lefadi Makibinyane. I'm the Chief Executive Officer of Consulting Engineers South Africa. My question, as illustrated there, is what does the Department of Science and Technology have in place, the institutional arrangement that they have to actually support the innovation or research that has been identified through the science councils? And I'm talking about the Council of Science, CSIR, Council of Geoscience, Nuclear Energy Corporation of South Africa, and many others, MinTech, to actually ensure that what is discovered there through taxpayers' money find itself into the economic impact of the country. Because I know that there is some groundbreaking innovation that is found there. And I don't really feel that at this point in time the institutional arrangement are strong enough to actually mobilize all the resources of state, be it the funding from the Industrial Development Corporation, to actually ensure that we build the future Sasols. We know that Sasol, ISCO, which is BHP Billiton today, they came from those type of innovation. So what does the government do or the department do to actually forge that type of collaboration? Thank you very much.
All right, Lefadi, thank you very much indeed.
Thank you. I saw the DG nodding very vigorously, as well as our DDG Imran Patel, so one of them will answer.
All right, maybe we can... So let's start with the DG Majwana.
Thank you very much, Minister. I thought I was coming to enjoy breakfast and listen to the Minister. I didn't know I was going to work. So the question is institutional arrangement to support ideas from research. The lady who asked the first question is, her name is Carrie Fall. She's in charge of an institution called the National Intellectual Property Management Office. Their responsibilities is to ensure that in all the public institutions that receive money from government, there are offices of technology transfer. And these offices of technology transfer have individuals who are supposed to harvest all the ideas that are arising from research that is done either at the universities as well as other public research organizations. We also have the Technology Innovation Agency. Kululi here is coming from there, and they've been supporting these ideas from research in the last couple of years. And last week at the budget vote that the minister was having, we saw a couple of examples of ideas that are now in the semi-commercial stage. So your second question then is, what do we then do to make sure that we link up with the IDCs of this world and the other public institutions that are financing or could finance innovation? There's a very strong relationship now that the Technology Innovation Agency, which is funded by this ministry together with the IDC, to then identify areas which are now getting into the commercial stage. The minister talked about the idea of trying to develop titanium from the resources that we have in this country. We have a partnership with IDC where once the pilot plant that we are building at the CSIR has reached a stage where you now need to get into a full commercial stage, IDC has agreed in principle to fund that idea going forward. So there are those arrangements therefore. And then at the moment we are trying to forge a partnership with the South African Venture Capital Association because we also think they are extremely important into taking those ideas even further before venture equity comes into party in order to take these ideas forward. So we think that the institutional arrangements are in place. We just need to get more and more of these ideas into the commercial space. Thank you very much.
All right, DG, thank you very much indeed. And in fact, we'll probably get to hear from DG a little bit later on as well as this conversation continues. Okay, we're going to take a quick commercial break now, and we'll continue this conversation after that. And don't forget, you at home must be part of that as well, because science and technology is something that affects us all every single day. All right, so stay with us.